Hey folks, Rachana Ranade here, and I welcome you all to today's live stream. Today's live stream is extremely important. It's ideally going to be a live stream which has a lot of insights. I've been reading a lot about PM Modi's visit to 5 countries. Of course, so many things about the visit are available online, be it the Melody chocolate or whatever. But one is about the fun part. One is about what actually happened in this visit, where Prime Minister visited 5 different countries. Because I feel that there are going to be news of all shades on the internet. At least we should know what what are the positive stories as well, because haters of India are going to say that India, uh, are they anywhere in the AI technology? Are they anywhere in the semiconductor technology? They are nowhere. Of course, we have our own struggles. We acknowledge that we may not be the best, but at least we are trying to bring in technology. We are trying to become better. And if certain agreements are signed off with different countries, then we can speed up the process at which things could otherwise have happened, right? So I'm not saying that building the technology from scratch is like impossible. It is possible, but it will take years together without any technology transfer. So if we can build strategic partnerships with certain countries, then there can be good chances that we will be able to speed up the whole process. So I'm going to talk about some key highlights. Wherever required, I'll show you the actual PIB press release as well, so that you feel confident enough that okay, whatever I'm telling you is a part of the official press release, right? So first things first, we are going to understand about the key highlight points of UAE visit. Now, what I will do, chalo, let me share my screen also for the UAE visit. First, let me tell you the key highlights. I feel 2, 3 key highlight points for UAE visit. Number one, we should understand that UAE visit was extremely important for India, especially in relation to energy security. Okay, we all understand what is going on in the world right now, so we needed to ensure that we have some strategic discussions, we have some strategic collaborations with reserve with in relation to, I must say, in relation to the overall reserves that we as a country have in relation to petroleum products. So there is an agreement which has been signed off between Indian Oil Corporation Limited and ADNOC. ADNOC is Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, which is about LPG supplies. So we are going to talk about that. I'm going to show you the actual press release, number one. So we'll talk about the energy thing. Number two, there was a focus on strengthening the defense partnership between UAE and India as well. We did talk about strengthening defense partnerships. See, whenever we strengthen any partnership with any country, we get cooperation about different things. It could be about cooperation, if I'm talking about defense, okay, if it could be cooperation about manufacturing of certain defense related arms, ammunitions, whatever. It could be cooperation about advanced technology in the production of certain defense equipments. It could be about training of personnel in relation to how to use those equipments. It could be a lot of points, right? So second point is about the defense partnership. Third thing, we must understand that a big amount, which is $5 billion of investment commitment, was made, and that has also been very clearly mentioned in this press release. So let me just share my screen and show you the actual press release document, so that you will also understand from where am I actually telling you the whole data. Just give me a second, share screen. All right, so here you go. This is the press release. This was posted on the 15th of May. So 15th of May is last Friday. And here, what we need to focus on, I think this paragraph, this particular paragraph is extremely important. What does this paragraph say? Let's understand. The two leaders appreciated the vibrant and growing bilateral energy partnership. So this is very important, bilateral energy partnership, with the UAE maintaining its role as an important partner in India's energy security, including in terms of crude oil, LNG, and LPG supplies. Very important. They are saying that we are actually taking the and maintaining the role as an important partner in India's energy security, be it in terms of crude oil, LNG, LPG, whatever. They said the leaders agreed to promote new initiatives for comprehensive energy partnership. In this context, they welcomed the conclusion. They welcomed the conclusion of a strategic collaboration agreement between whom? Between Indian Strategic Petroleum Reserves Limited and Abu Dhabi National Oil Company. These are two different companies, one from India, one from USA, to enhance UAE's participation in India's strategic petroleum reserves to 30 million barrels. So basically, what is this all about? I'll tell you. See, whenever any warlike situation happens in any country, what becomes extremely important is how much strategic reserves we have. If you remember, when the war started, we had certain comments from our ministers that, I don't remember the exact number of days, but let's say it was something like, we have 60 days of crude oil reserves, or 60 days of natural gas related reserves. Something was, I think, 45 days. Okay, I don't have the exact data in front of me right now. But when the ministry says that we have 60 days of reserve, so they know that typically how much consumption happens in our country if it's about crude oil, and they understand what are the total reserves. So higher the strategic reserves we have, higher or better will be the position of our country in spite of situations when there are a lot of uncertainties, right? So higher the reserves, better it is for any country. And what happened is that India actually entered into an agreement, the one that I, let me again reshare the screen so that I'm correct with the exact wordings as well. Entire screen. Okay, now the point that I was mentioning, that they've concluded a strategic collaboration agreement between Abu Dhabi's company, Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, and India Strategic Petroleum Reserves Limited. And they have said that they will participate in India's strategic petroleum reserves to 30 million barrels and work together to set up strategic gas reserves in India. So they are also working together to set up gas reserves in India. They also welcomed the arrangement entered into between Indian Oil Company, or Indian Oil Corporation Limited, basically, and Abu Dhabi National Oil Corporation on long-term LPG supplies. So I think whatever visits were undertaken right now, I think this was one of the most looked after, because right now everyone is talking about energy, and if we are able to secure something related to energy, I think that definitely would have made great sense, and that is exactly what we can see right now. So I just feel that we must know what all things happened during such visits, because like I told you, those for those who joined in late, I said that many a times it's the memes that actually dominate what happened in all these visits. See, for fun it is okay, but you, as a person who understands finance, you should know what were the actual initiatives that were moved in these visits, and what were the outcomes. And always remember to ensure, I mean, always remember that you are always referring to the most authentic document. If it's about a government press release, pib.gov.in, that's generally what you should go to, right? One more very important point, they welcomed the announcement of USD $5 billion in investment. That's a big amount, $5 billion in investment into India by UAE entities. And they have also talked about where all the investments are going to be made. Okay, so I'm not going to go into details of that, but a big investment by UAE in India. Okay. One more important point was about defense. They welcomed signing of framework for strategic defense partnership between the two countries during this visit. Now, whenever we are talking about strategic defense partnership, what is going to happen? The two sides have agreed on deepening defense industrial collaboration, cooperation on innovation, advanced technology, training, exercises, maritime security, cyber defense, secure communications, and information exchange. Okay. See, I can go on and on, but I just feel that I mean, what I will do is that I will just keep on giving you the PIB references. If you want, you can check the links that I'm sharing. Pooja will also make Pooja, if you can just copy these links, and after I end the live stream, you can just make one full message which has the links of all these 5 press releases, right? So these were just the top 3 highlights about the UAE visit. Now let's understand about the Netherlands visit. And I think this is again extremely important point. Why? Because India and Netherlands have moved from being good trade partners to long-term strategic partners. So let me just quickly show you this. Okay, partnership. Okay, yes. Let me share my screen. Right. Yes, that's open now. Let me share my screen 1 second. Sorry, there was some error. Okay. Yes, this is it. So here you can see this is about India-Netherlands joint statement on the visit of Prime Minister of India to Netherlands. And here I'll just type out strategic as a word. Yes, here you can see. Acknowledging the strong momentum in the relationship and growing convergence between two countries, the two leaders decided to elevate the relationship. Very important. See, very few people will actually go through all these documents. I'll be honest, my team, we take a lot of efforts to understand, because see, we are also not geopolitical experts. We actually read through these documents, try to understand what it is all about, and then I try my level best to present it in front of you. Okay, so the two leaders decided to elevate the relationships between India and Netherlands to a strategic partnership. Now, what is this, and why is this so important? So earlier we were in the category of good trade partners, and now we have become strategic partners. So I just try to understand that what could be the difference between a good trade partner versus a strategic trade partner. So what happens here is that when you are just a good trade partner, goods will be traded, commodities will be traded. But when you're a strategic partner, you will talk about trading or exchanging technology, defense systems, chip supply chains. So all these crucial pointers that will also be traded. If I'm talking about national security related things, self-reliance related things, that will not happen when you are just a good trade partner. That will happen only and only when you are a strategic partner. So India becoming a strategic partner with Netherlands is again extremely important. You will understand the reason why I'm saying that. So let me again share my screen so that you understand why this is important again. Okay, so as I was mentioning that we are moving into a strategic partnership. Okay, they welcome the adoption of strategic partnership, and which all areas are we going to discuss in this, or are we going to take forward in this, including political, trade, investment, defense, security cooperation, cyber security, critical and emerging technologies, including semiconductors. We're going to talk about that, space, AI, and quantum systems, science, innovation, sustainable. Oh my God, the list just goes on and on. Okay, now why have I highlighted semiconductors? Let me just. It's a big one. It's a big one. So let me just do a direct control F so that yes, this is one. Okay, so here there was also, I'll just show you one article that I read this, and then I was reading an article from Al Jazeera. Again, I'm sure you might have heard about this website. I use this quite often while I also research about different topics. Now, what happened during this was Tata and ASML deal, and this is the photograph. This says Tata Electronics CEO Randhir Thakur seated left, ASML CEO Christophe Fouquet seated right, sign agreement for a semiconductor plant as Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi standing left, and Dutch Prime Minister Rob Jetten look on at whatever. Okay, now you can see what has happened. Basically, this company ASML, okay, ASML has signed a deal with Tata Electronics. For what? It's extremely important. For what? For advanced semiconductor material lithography. Now, for those who have seen this video of mine, this is where I've actually explained this whole concept of what is lithography. I just thought of pausing this video for you all. And this is basically a huge machine, a machine which through which these fine circuits are printed using laser kind of tech. So it's using light, I must say that. Okay, so that is lithography. Okay, I'll just okay. Okay, let me just paste this link for you as well. Today I'm going to give you a lot of homework, right? Do watch this video as well that I've just pasted in the comment section right now. So going back to the Al Jazeera article, it says that Tata Electronics and ASML have signed a deal. And what is the deal all about? That this company is going to help build India's newest venture into front-end semiconductor fabrication plant. So basically, now we will be able to do this in India. Front-end manufacturing refers to building of microscopic circuits, the image that I showed you right now, onto a blank silicon wafer. So you can imagine, like we draw mehendi on our hands, blank hand, and we'll draw mehendi, right? So similarly, we'll have a blank chip on which microscopic circuits will be drawn with the help of light, with the help of basically specialized lithographic machines. Now, who is ASML? The company, right? ASML is a pioneer of lithographic technology used in mass production of microchips across the world. So now what will happen is that, will we be able to do this? Yes. But wait, that is about the machine. Okay, that is about the machine that we will be able to manufacture all these things in India. Here you can see that, okay, this is going to happen in the Dholera fab, Tata Electronics Dholera fab. But there's one more point in this article that yes, this is the point that I was going to highlight for you all. Tata Electronics has also teamed up with Taiwan's power chip semiconductor manufacturing company, which is helping it set up the plant. So you can imagine, this Taiwanese company is helping us to set up the plant. Number two, we are also talking about, I showed you the press release right now, a Dutch company, a Netherlands company, which is ASMC, that is helping us with ASML, sorry, that is helping us with the lithographic machines. And with this now, manufacturing this. So basically, chip, of course, ideally may be imported, but drawing the circuits, it's not, I mean, very few companies right now are doing this across the globe, and India, Tata Electronics will be able to do that. They have also tied up with Taiwan's power chip semiconductor manufacturing company, where they will help it to set up the plant. ASML will help them with the machine, and the company will then be able to so what kind of portfolio they'll be able to do, you can see here. They'll also share access to broad technology portfolio, including 28 nanometer, 40 nanometer, 50 nanometer, 90, 110 nanometer chips. Very important point coming up. The plant is expected to be ready by 2028, according to Union Minister of Electronics and Information Technology, Ashwini Vaishnaw. Kya baat hai? See, many people are such. See, I always keep on sharing this, that people can always crib about India. May say, yeah, no one, nothing happens in India. This, that. We are trying. If this really happens till 2028, that will be a big achievement. Again, people will say, but this is like, तब तक तो दुनिया कहाँ पे चली गई होगी. So there has to be a starting point. China was also never a manufacturing giant from day one. When the whole Apple ecosystem came into China, that is when the wheel started to turn a lot. And that is when entire supply chains started to be built in China. That is where the overall entire chain, right from raw material to the finished product, that started happening in China. So you have to have certain partnerships through which you will gain access to technology, through which you will start somewhere. If you don't start, it will never actually happen, right? So I hope this semiconductor point is absolutely clear. That's, I feel, one of the most important points of this deal. It's a 5-year strategic roadmap that we have discussed with the in the Netherlands visit from 2026 to 2030. A comprehensive strategic roadmap where we did talk about trade, defense, space, maritime security, AI, and quantum computing. 17 bilateral agreements were also signed. 17 bilateral agreements. This is surely not a small number, right? We are talking about big number of bilateral agreements. So it is again a very important visit, according to me. One more MOU that was signed was for semiconductor and deep tech technology as well. Defense cooperation was talked about. Critical minerals were discussed. Even discussions were on green hydrogen, because that is where we are also talking about how clean energy can be a part of our entire energy portfolio. I think we were targeting some 40%, but I'm not sure on that. Okay, let it be. A major clean energy is what we were targeting. We are almost close to achieving the target that we have set. But if we are able to even ramp up the green hydrogen capacity, I think that can also be really helpful for us. And a joint roadmap was launched, which was focusing on green hydrogen development in India as well. One different point that I would want to mention here is about, I think I read it here. Let me just quickly check. Yes, I will share my screen. This is something different. It has got nothing to do with finance per se, but definitely has a lot of sentimental value. Both prime ministers underscored the importance of cooperating in the return and restitution of cultural artifacts, and in that regard, welcomed the return of Chola era copper plates from the University of Leiden to Indian authorities. So you can imagine some copper plates from the Chola dynasty era. Wow, they were returned. As I said, see, this is not about finance. I totally understand that, but getting that back into our country, that is again a matter of pride for us. It's our history. If we are getting back our own artifacts, it's our own. What do we call that? Maybe the exact name can differ. Artifact, I think, is the right word. Cultural artifact, if I may say. If you are able to get that, it is a wonderful thing, right? Next, let's talk about one more visit. One was about Sweden as well. In the Sweden visit, we did talk about even different levels of, let me again open the PIB document as well. But just to give you a quick overview, the Sweden visit was mainly from different angles. They talked about 4 pillars in this. So let me just quickly check the Sweden one. And I think they have mentioned about some 4 pillars. Yes. Today I'm just going on Control F because these are bigger documents. Going through each and every paragraph can be a little bit tricky. So I just thought of Control F. Okay, 2 leaders agreed to elevate Indian-Sweden relationship to the level of strategic partnership. Again, strategic partnership word has been used everywhere. People may say this time pass. No, strategic partnership is extremely important. So what I can say, good trade partner can help a country today. Strategic trade partner can help a country to be a better country after a few years, because they are going to share technology, they are going to share certain what do we say, know-hows as well, right? So being strategic partner with different countries is extremely important. So they said strategic partnership will be guided by 4 pillars. What are the 4 pillars? One is about for stability and security, one is about next generation economic partnership, so one is about economic partnership. Next is about emerging technologies. Again, see, if you can have a strategic partnership on emerging technologies, wow, nothing like it, right? Trusted connectivity and shaping tomorrow together. It's about people, planet, health, resilience. So all were important. And they also mentioned that the 2 leaders underscored that recently concluded India EU FTA, India EU free trade agreement, has also opened a new chapter in the economic and commercial ties. So again, this was an important one, a bilateral talk with the Prime Minister of Sweden. With that, let's move on with the next one, which is the Norway visit. Again, this was also an important one. Why? Because there was one specific point. Let me just again find that with, yes, I have just searched the document and let me share my screen. It was about creating jobs as well. So let me just go to that point. See, both leaders agreed that there's a huge potential for boosting economic and commercial partnership. Prime Minister welcomed greater investment by Norwegian enterprises in India. The 2 leaders underlined the aim of doubling the value of current trade between India and Norway by 2030. Very important. Doubling the value of current trade between India and Norway by 2030, and encouraged business representatives to work towards dynamic tie-up across sectors to meet the investment commitment of $100 billion. It's a big one, right? $100 billion investment under TEPA and creation of 1 million jobs in India. See, how many have actually read this? I am not sure. But I feel that all these are again very important pointers that have been focused, that have been highlighted in this whole document. Whenever we talk about such by the way, TEPA was a trade and economic partnership agreement. Okay, it's basically a partnership agreement, okay, between two countries. Of course, it's a big document, but out of that big document, I feel two, three important points were discussed. One was about $100 billion of investment commitment, and one was about creating 1 million jobs in India. Of course, are there any other pointers as well? Yes. It was about AI, it was about blue economy, it was about robotics, cyber security, fisheries, aquaculture, tunneling. So many points were discussed. Of course, if I keep on reading that, it will be a bit difficult. So as I mentioned, I'll share all the relevant links at after the live stream is over. But this was also a very important visit. The Norwegian visit was one which talked about investments, about multiple areas as well as job creation. And ultimately, it was about the Italy visit. The melody kitni chocolatey hai, kyun hai, and all the memes, right? But here, again, same thing. Leaders aim to increase the bilateral trade to 20 billion euros by 2029. I tried to search on the internet. Currently, we are around $14 billion, 14 billion euros, and they are trying to take it to 20 billion euros by 2029. There was a successful conclusion of India EU free trade agreement, and they are also talking about one more very important commitment to cooperate on India, Middle East, Europe economic corridor. See, I'm not a geopolitical expert, but anyone who has interest in geopolitics, you should read about this India, Middle East, Europe economic corridor. Some things take time. This one is taking time because of the geopolitical issues. But I feel with all these points, what we get to know is that whatever was, I mean, the whole visit, which took place for almost 5 days, so many outcomes, right? And all these things, you will not be able to see the change in one day. But see, many a times on our channel, we keep on talking about India growth story. And right now, with geopolitical tensions, we are talking more about, this is the problem. Petrol prices will hike, diesel hike will happen, and this, that. Currently, only petrol has hiked by this much percent, whatever. But I feel that things will mellow down, things will hopefully come back. I'm always a person with a lot of hope, so it may take some time, but eventually when things normalize, I don't know after how many months or after how many days, but eventually when things normalize, all these key treaties, key agreements are ones which can help us in the longer run, right? So I hope uh, all the key pointers are absolutely clear out of these 5 nation visits. Now, let's come to again what is happening in the market right now, because as I mentioned, all these are going to help us in the future. What about today? That is also extremely important. And for that, let me share my screen. Okay, sharing the screen. All right, let's take you to Nifty. Okay, if you see, a Nifty currently is at 23,654. Let me quickly bring in pivot points today. I have not pivot point standard. Wait, pivot points, settings, number of pivot backs. One, I go to auto is okay, and traditional, I want Fibonacci. And I say okay. Now, as per Fibonacci, we can see first support is at 22,982. We can round it off at 23,000. And of course, we can see this visual support at 20. So let me repeat, 22,908. Of course, 23,000 can be a good one. After 23,000, as per this, this is a weekly one. Let me also take you to daily. Daily will show you. I was wondering why is the picture showing a little bit different right now. Let me just correct myself. Now let's come to the daily one. Pivot is at 23,593. That is 23,600. So ideally, see, you can see here we are testing this for such a long time. Correct. And as we can see here, 24,500 has been acting like a resistance. And as per this, support stands at 22,700 roughly. 22,800 has been our most favorite one, right? So 22,800 and pivot at 23,600, right? So are we in a sideways, complete sideways zone right now? Answer is yes. Nothing really interesting happening in Nifty right now. Raviji is saying BSE to replace Wipro in Nifty 50 reshuffling. Yes, there are great chances that that may happen, that BSE may come up in Nifty 50 stocks. Okay, Ranjit ji has also mentioned, incidentally, India is only one among 6 countries with SSBN, ship submersible ballistic nuclear submarine. Europe without USA cannot even protect themselves. Europe countries were all okay, okay. So I think colonists आगे कुछ तो था, but maybe it's not showing up in the comment. I think these were all colonists. But yes, I mean, if you're talking about what all things we can achieve, that's a good one. I can see new members joining in as well, by the way. Naveen, welcome to YouTube memberships, and Pratik, welcome to memberships as well. Okay. Please share some mid cap and small cap stocks. Array, long term saying study purpose only. Okay. If it is only study purpose, then looking at the current scenario, you can think about stocks which are related to energy, which are related to fuel, because these stocks, we should protect our portfolio from something which, if it goes in the wrong way, basically if the war continues for a longer time, if the Strait of Hormuz is not opened for a longer time, then what? Then crude oil prices may shoot up. So anything related to crude, anything related to petrol, diesel, you can try and track those stocks, which can get benefited if the situation continues. Okay. All right. Prasanna says, ma'am never shares for recommendation. Absolutely. All right, Acha. Before I end today's live stream, honestly tell me, had anyone read the PIB document? I just want a quick yes or no. The PIB document that I shared today, how many of you did find time to read, to go through even one PIB document, even one? Or maybe you were waiting for the live stream as to when Rachana will talk about it. Rajesh has very sincerely given the answer, but that is the whole attempt that we keep on scrolling on Instagram. We get to hear a lot of stories, and I'll be honest, I really feel bad if people who are staying, I mean, who talk negatively about India. It really hurts me. I think everyone really understand that yes, we have problems, and which country doesn't have problems? Every single country will have problems, but just not focus, we should not just focus on the negatives. We must understand that there is a positive side to the story as well, and we should at least try and understand. And that is the reason why I always believe in sharing the positive news as well. Negative ko to anyways traction mil hi jata hai. So positive, at least I thought today I should share. I am getting a lot of no's, and Ranjit ji is exactly saying the same thing. No, we were waiting for the session, right? So yes, exactly. Ravi ji is saying not yet, but we'll do after the live stream. Ravi ji is very studious student. So I will mention all the links here. How was your Atari border experience? Oh, that was a very amazing experience. See, that's what I'm telling you. The pride, that feeling is very hard to explain. I'll be honest. I mean, just the feeling, the emotion which comes to you when you're actually sitting at the Atari border, our flag, some nice songs being played, patriotic songs being played, so many hundreds of people shouting Bharat Mata Ki Jai. It's a wonderful feeling, and I mean, I'm sure everyone experiences that. Our national anthem, of course, that national anthem was not sung at the Atari border, but whenever that happens, I mean, everyone has experienced that, right? We get goosebumps while we actually hear our national anthem. We sing that together. It's a true feeling of India. That's, or Bharat as we call. It's amazing. I mean, I think I'm running out of words to explain the exact emotion, but it was surreal. I must say that it was amazing. Everyone should try and visit that place at least once. You will enjoy the experience, right? Raviji saying, I was thinking you'll come to Chandigarh after all. Didn't happen, sorry. Rajesh is asking, what is your view on jewelry sector in future? I think stocks which are related to the jewelry sector are beaten down right now. They may face the heat for some time, I feel, but ultimately, I feel the jewelry sector is not going to stay back. It is, I mean, whatever be the scenario, I think Indians will never stop buying jewelry completely. The demand will not vanish. It can come down maybe to some extent, but it can't vanish according to me. So I am not at all negative on the jewelry sector. Okay. Well, I think this is it. But before I close today's session, there are a lot of people who have missed earlier sessions and they have requested for webinars again for 2 pointers. One is technical analysis using AI. One is fundamental analysis using AI. This is the third batch for both these. You will, I mean, for those, anyone who has attended fundamental analysis using AI or technical analysis using AI, please let me know your experience in the comment section. But technical analysis using AI is also fun. In fundamental analysis, we will talk about so many, all these pointers are given here. Please find time to go through this as well. Basically, anyone who knows about fundamental analysis, technical analysis, but you want to speed up your analysis, whatever used to take hours, now that can take minutes. So anyone who wants to really speed up their investment process, their study process, these 2 webinars are definitely worth your time. So you can definitely consider enrolling for that. Raviji is saying attended both. Awesome. Thank you so much. So anyone who wants to upskill, anyone who wants to ensure that their study time is reduced, don't forget to enroll for these webinars. I'm going to share the link of these webinars also in the pinned comment and in the description. Okay. Minakshi is asking sectors which are safest at this time. Oh, the defensives will be safest, but I'm not a big fan of defensive sectors. Not defense, defensives. Okay, but it will. I mean, I feel that currently the only way to look at it is the portfolio, if it is going down right now because of one point, which is crude price hike. You can think about stocks which are in this space. Okay, so you can that is how you can naturally hedge your portfolio, right? Someone is asking, is it this Sunday? No, it's not on this Sunday. Technical analysis webinar is on the 15th of June, and fundamental analysis is on 13th of July. It's almost a month from here. So it's online. It's almost a month from here. So anyone who is wanting to attend, check the links. Okay. Likes are no longer. I'm tired of calling for likes, but if you've still not smashed the like button, please do that. as I say always, we take a lot of efforts to summarize the information for you all so that you can get to know about a lot of things in less number of minutes. That's the whole attempt. So if you did find value in today's live stream, please don't forget to smash the like button. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Jai Hind and bye-bye.